Whew. There we go. Hey, everyone. I have very little time to start this daily, so I'm going to give it like 3 minutes and then we're just going to start, okay? I literally just got back from the gym. I just got back, didn't shower, didn't do anything. I woke up, had breakfast, did the gym. I got home like 2 minutes ago, turned on all my equipment, and I'm just here. Barely made it on time, a little out of breath. I had a good one. Ow, everything's so sore right now. And it's 100% going to affect my gameplay. My hands are like... Yeah, that's exactly it. It's also freezing outside. It's literally... I have to start the recording within the next, like, 2 minutes, okay? So... It's 11 degrees out. It's gonna get down to 3. Jesus, I thought it was in the 20s. It's 11 degrees out. Man. It's 11 degrees out and it's gonna get down to 3. I gotta tell you, it feels it. It's a bit, yeah. That was a rough... If I can find the motivation to actually get out there and go to the gym, I'm in a pretty good place right now. Okay, give a little bit of time for more people to get here. Okay. There we go. Okay, I have to start. We're just gonna go, okay? Alright, daily run for December 22nd. This one, how did I do? 13th, not too bad. Okay. Mel. I had to start right away because it's 6:59 in the afternoon. I just got this one in on time. I just came back from the gym. I'm tired. You can see I just went... Sure. I just went live. Mel's really uninterested in what I have to say. 13th for Manny, and I didn't do that great of a job, so I'll take that. I literally sat down in this chair after I got back from the gym, like maybe 2 minutes after I got home. I turned on all my equipment and I'm tired, but we have time. Let's just go. Alright, hunted by wolves. Still don't have a good strategy for this, but we're just gonna go. Just for fun, I'm gonna try and not get alerted at all. I'm going to try. I have a lot of fun in Hunted when I do that.
I'll go see what's up. Look, is that her? I'll go check it out.
Shit.
Anything?
We're clear.
Damn it.
There she is! Behind the counter!
I tried. I swear if I took damage, I swear to God. Damn it. I took damage! Fuck no return, man. I could have been 32 plus 50. I could have been 82 points better. And it's already ruined. Oh, fuck everything. Fuck every single thing about that, and it's already ruined. I knew I was exposed, but she did this thing where she kept going like this, and then she did it again. If I had gone in, I would have been spotted by her. Oh my God. I would have been 82 points better. It's already fucked. What happens if that hit would have killed me? Seriously. Unbelievable. I didn't have a bottle to throw at her. That would have been the play. I can't believe that. Well, it's not 80. You multiply 82 by 2.7. So that actually cost me over 200 points. You guys got to remember, that's before multipliers are added. It's already fucked. So let's just try and have fun with this. That's always a good time. Well, I'm not doing that one. Well, we're going up. Oh, crappy board. Whatever, hunted by infected. Yeah, what's 82 points times... It would have been a stealth kill as well, so really 87. 87 points. I have, like, no ammo either. What's 87 times 2.7? That's what it cost me.
Follow me. Here they come!
Come on. Oh, God. Oh, you're so awful. Bless you. Come over here, for God's sakes. He's going through the hole in the wall, isn't he? Dude, I can't handle my fucking inaccuracy. It's so bad. God. I hate doing hunted with buddies. I also hate my accuracy. And I hate doing hunted with a revolver. I lost all my enthusiasm for this daily run once that thing in the beginning happened. Can you blame me? Because someone did the math. 235 points I was out in the beginning. I hate doing hunted with a buddy. Which begs the question, after, I mean, I already mentioned it, but let's say I was one hit away from dying. It cuts to black, it says encounter complete, but I take the damage. Am I dead? Alright, this one should be fun. Assault on infected in combat. Getting all headshots is going to be tough because enemies drop bombs on death. I'll give it a try, though. With a revolver, that's really all you can try. Some bigger version. Kind of like the bigger version of Jackson when it's assaulted. Oh, this is going great. Accuracy, accuracy, accuracy. I don't know when that became my Achilles heel for this. Maybe once I stopped caring. And the drop bombs is throwing me off. Separate them. That went better. Oh, God. Separate him, just separate him.
God damn it!
And I missed the headshot on the last one. God. I was standing on a curb, so I was like slightly elevated. I love how that time slows on headshots is supposed to help you, but it ended up messing with me in the end. This is like the worst daily I've ever done where I haven't died yet. I actually got headshots on all of them. Despite that. 14th enemy. So that one cost me 35 points. You know what? Pfft. That didn't matter. I see other runners go for no guns on assault. Maybe I should do the same. Oh, man. God. Yeah, they give you a silencer path and a revolver character. Exactly. Alright, where are we going? We gotta go this way. We have to. Well, we don't have to, but I have a lot of fun with this one. Like, the score we can get on this one is going to... what is it? Outweigh anything we can get here. It's a shame it wasn't this and this back-to-back. Then the decision would be easy, but... I want to do this one. Get 3 headshot kills. I was going to not use a gun at all.
Just keep walking.
Of course. Yep. Of course. That didn't even... Wow.
You let go of her! Wolf! Let go!
Eva!
I'll put you down!
Notice how he dropped for cover the very moment that I threw. It still killed him, but that's my luck right now. Doesn't have to be no guns, I just choose not to. They all have guns, so the moment I peek, game over. I don't know where you think you're going. I stopped caring about this daily. Okay.
Nice.
Anything but. Who's second to Jesse as the best character? I would say Manny or Abby. I'd say Manny. Multi-kills. This is gonna be a good map for this one. Alright, let's try and have fun with this one. Oh god, it's a photo mode filter. Please be pleasant to look at. Pleasant. Come on. Ah, well. Mistakes were made. I tried. Thanks for allowing me a chance to dodge. I've had it with this. I just don't care. I don't know. I'm not really into this one. Dirt, I think you're a 31-month resub. All I need are bombs and a melee weapon. No melee weapon. So what the fuck do I do now? I have to go and get one. What the? Stupid. Oh, come on. Oh, shit. There you go. there another melee weapon? There we go. Did I take damage one? Yeah, from Shambler Acid, but that was really good. That was the best performed ones. Only way it could have been better was I didn't take Shambler Acid damage. Also, how could my accuracy have been not 100? Everything I threw and placed hit something, didn't it? .684 isn't good. You can get 50 points for not getting spotted. I don't know how to do that intentionally. But it was 16 plus 10 is 26. It could have been 76 points better. That's the best score you can get. So if you... It must have been the trap mine, because I didn't miss any of my throws. That was probably one of the most frustrating daily runs I've ever done. You might be able to get 11,000 out of this board, like, for real. Not even first place could get that. Hey, an absolutely ridiculously bad performance got me 24th place. Where could I have realistically ended up? I also just, like, gave up halfway through. I could have been, like, 500 points better. I definitely could have. I could have gotten somewhere around here, I think. Whatever. Let's forget that one happened. Jesus. I'm going right into the next one. God. That was so frustrating. All right, daily run December 23rd. 23rd. We literally just did the Mel one. That was one of the most frustrating daily runs I've ever done, but still got 24th. Just in that, hold on, just in that brewery alone, I could have gotten up to, like, top 20. Just in the brewery alone. All right, who we got? Ellie. I don't mind playing as her. All right, let's actually try this one. I try everyone. It's not like I don't try.
Let's get out of here.
Well, we can't do the trap mine strategy. But it's against wolves, so clickers won't be involved. I'll try my best. I'll try my best. Okay, don't look at the rest of the board until we're finished.
I'll go see what's up.
What you got?
Find the shelves! Let's go!
Well, I did it. I'll take one missed shot. That could have been very bad. I've never seen them so grouped together. Like, they always spawn together, but... That was my plan. I'll take one missed shot.
We might have her. Let's go see what's up. Go. I'll watch your back. What's happening?
There!
Shoot, copy! Roger that!
Why do I do this?
Man.
Does she have a melee weapon? I think so. No? Could have handled that one a bit better.
Okay.
When did it become grab and kill two enemies from stealth? Yeah. When did I get so horrible with accuracy? It's becoming a real legitimate problem. Come on. Patience. I don't know where the rest of them are.
Hey! Right! Calm.
You let her go! I know you're out there.
That means he's about to lose sight of me.
All right.
Alright, besides some accuracy problems and obviously some time, that wasn't too bad. I got my 10 points per kill, all headshots. It's just gonna be time and accuracy. No, my accuracy lately has been horrible. It's been like my Achilles heel. See, look at that. 81. I was hoping the glitch would happen where it gave me 100 anyway. But 9 headshots, giving me 30. 5 stuns. Am I missing one? 5 stuns, 3 kills with hostage. It should add up to 9. Am I missing one? It should be 9 headshots and then 9 kills combined with this. I guess a stealth kill count, but I'm seeing 5 plus 3. Whatever. This cost me badly. 14 plus 19. It's 33. Whatever. When the multipliers are at their lowest, mistakes aren't as magnified. She already has a molly, so... Let's look at the board. Full on alcohol, so you know what? Yikes. Capture, capture. They're early, so we could do that. What's this one? It's holdout. Because there's always a holdout, and it's not on here. Unfortunately, nothing, nothing. Well, that's not nothing, but blah, blah. And the blahest. This one's blah, too, so I think this one's extremely blah, because positive mod and a buddy. That is the worst you could get in terms of points. That's a little bit better. This is a very just blah board. Doesn't end with anything exciting. Look at this. The endings are all very boring. I wish it was this one and then one of these. But this right after that makes me not want to do this one. I'm leaning towards going up. But holy crap, I'm not kidding. This is going to be an extremely low score. That one will be a good score. It's literally 0.85 multiplier higher. Assuming I play perfectly. And then this one would be probably the most fun route. That would suck massive balls. And then it just doesn't end with anything exciting. This at least is exciting. Oh, well, I like the garage bloater. I think I'm just going to go up. I wish this didn't... I think I would have gone this way if this wasn't after this. This is probably going to give you the most points, but that... Oh, God. I'm going up. Not a good board. Oh shit, that's not good. Oh, the house. We gotta move. I don't think they knew where it came from.
Lost them. Look everywhere. They can't.
Where'd they go? Find where they're hiding.
Came from that direction. Shut. This is...
Ah,
Whoa! Release them now!
I tried.
Okay.
I was thinking just maybe I staged off getting alerted because I was throwing the mollies on the ground. So I don't think they knew where I was.
Shit.
You know, if I was able to brick the one Seraphite that was... If I was able to brick the one Seraphite that hopped into the building, I might have been able to. I tried to get behind cover, but it just didn't work. Still, 530 isn't bad. But I think... I don't know. I think I was in the clear with regards to them knowing where I was. So I think that alert at the end cost me 50 points. I think. I gotta replenish all my bombs. Not all of them. Let's just go again. It's the same thing. Capture against rattlers. Rattlers, of course, won't be killed by mollies. They will with the molly stun bomb, though. I gotta remember that. Ah, shit. I'm out of stuff. I got a minute.
Find another angle!
Done!
Come on, lose sight of me. Come on, lose sight of me. We're just repeating a process here. I gotta do something. I can't do something. They're stuck in a loop here. Look at this. They're stuck in a loop.
Got her trapped!
I'm not gonna be able to do this. What the fuck was that? Is there a Brit bottle? Slowest kill animation. Slowest kill animation! And I get that. Oh my god. I've had enough of this shit. They were just in a loop of the same fucking animation over and over. If I had a bottle, I could have done something, but I didn't. I know where to get one, but god fucking damn it, today just isn't my day. It doesn't matter, it's a shitty board anyway. If she did any other animation, I get the safe. And I just ran out of bombs. worth it today. I know they were in a loop. They're supposed to lose sight of you. It honestly felt like they just glitched out. I know where there's a bottle, but I would have been shot going to get it. My first molly throw in the beginning, the intention was to set 2 of them on fire and then stun both of them. But the one in the back didn't catch fire. Hold on, just... This is what really ended up costing me the whole thing. Like, there was literally nothing I could have done there. But this was my play right here. So I get to my spot here. I was going to throw a molly that hurt both of them. It didn't hit the ground, it hit him. So I wanted her to catch fire from that too, and then this would have killed both of them. But that just didn't happen. And that cost me. Let me try and have some fun with these. Let's see. I'm doing this one. Assault on infected in combat is fun when you have a pistol character. I didn't want the machete. Well, it doesn't matter now. I'm done. Nope. 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 Second time in one run that the longest animation of all the animations possible just killed it. What even was that? Like, yeah, should I have run away? Yeah. But, like, what was she doing? I'm just gonna stay here long enough for that clicker to get me. How's it going, buddy? You good? You got a little cut on your throat there. She just stood there. And all because the kill was against a wall. I've had it. I've had enough. I've had enough. I need to do a Jesse run just to get my mind off of that. My problem is I'm not playing No Return, like, casually. I'm just doing the dailies.
Alright.
So I'm just unfamiliar with a lot of shit. She literally just stood there. And then it always gives you a gambit for what you're not going for. Melee kill one enemy. I'm going for every kill being a headshot.
Nothing around here.
Keep it together. I think I saw them. Let's go see what's up.
I got you covered.
Of course, the 2 guys with melee weapons come. One guy with a gun.
I got him!
Dude, I can't play well at all right now. I'm not even a little bit kidding. I don't think I'm going to stick with grounded permadeath for that long. I've been itching to get back to original Last of Us. I haven't touched it since April. And I'm just... my mind is almost already, like, there. That's a little insight into my next project. Like, I'm doing grounded perma right now. I'm not so interested in getting a record. I kind of just want a run with all of the things implemented and done and performed properly. Because when the TV show is releasing, I am going to play part 2. I think that's in everyone's best interest. Right? But right now, my mind is on original Last of Us. And I'm sure you're thinking like, oh yeah, but you're 247.55. That, like, can't be beaten. That may be true. That may be true. But I don't know if anyone here is in the speedrunning Discord. New things are found. It's like clockwork. New things are found. We use a nail bomb on the last wave of truck push. That makes it so we don't have to pick up the modded weapon. And we don't use a nail bomb in the hotel basement. Someone found a strat where you don't have to use a nail bomb in the basement. There's a strat in the works where you don't have to use a Molotov against the bloater. That Molotov can be used when you first meet up with Henry on the 3 enemies on the bottom floor. And because we're saving shotgun ammo and truck push, we can use shotgun ammo there. There's also a new strat right after Callus dies. All the arrows are for distractions instead of kills. I don't know how much faster it is, but it looks quite a bit faster. I've been paying attention to it. I don't know how to perform any of this yet, but my mind is starting to shift to... because that's what we do in the course of a year. We pretty much go through all 3 Last of Us games in the span of a year. You know? Original, remake, and part 2, in that order. My mind is starting to shift to original Last of Us. And when that happens, I stop doing the dailies. Because I use a different controller, the entire gameplay is different. I think you can tell with my attitude towards the dailies, it's starting to shift. That would mean I start playing factions again, which is more fun than this. Whatever game I'm playing, that determines what, like, little side activity I do. If I'm playing original Last of Us, I'm playing factions. If I'm playing part 2, I'm doing the no return dailies. If I'm doing remake, I don't really have a little side activity. But, yeah. I've been wanting to play factions and play original again. I don't have an interest in any percent because it's gotten a little too advanced for me, but I would be interested in the easy mode categories. God, that daily was... those dailies were so bad. God. God damn. Too advanced. Well, a lot of the any percent strategies are getting like very out there. You know, it's becoming manipulate a companion to stand right here, swing a modded weapon at the wall, and it pushes you into the next area. I still hate the museum skip. I still don't have a way to do that to do that consistently. I don't like any percent in Last of Us games. Okay, plain and simple. That doesn't mean they shouldn't exist. I'm not against it existing and other people running it. Just my own personal preference. I never liked any percent in Last of Us games. I like any percent in other games. When I ran Uncharted, I did any percent. I think I just prefer the strategy of running through the whole game. Even if that strategy is running through an area without killing anyone. It's just always been my forte, if you will. And even strat finding things like inbounds has always been my favorite thing. Hell, I hopped on part 2 and I found like 3 new strategies on my own. A different way to do the restaurant, the Seraphite Ascent, the Rat King, the brewery. No, any percent in other games can be a lot of fun. Okay, it can be. You should look at an Uncharted 1, 2, and 3 run. They are they're fun. They're special. And the same goes for other games. But yeah, I like any percent in other games. I just don't like it in Last of Us. And I don't mean like I don't like it like other people shouldn't run that. It really is just a me thing. I don't personally enjoy running that category. So yeah. I don't know what else to say. It's Sunday, so I think I'm going offline soon, but you any What do you mean? Yeah. We just did like an entire month of them. Here's another thing I want to mention. I've been putting some thought into it. I plan on making a video about it at the end of the month or beginning of next year. There's only 9 days left in the year. Well, how's the rest of the year going to look? Let's see. I'm, what is it? Tomorrow I'm going to do LE perma attempts again. But Christmas Eve and Christmas Day and the day after, I'm going to be with family. You know. When I come back, you know, it's going to be much of the same. Part 2, perma, LE percent. And then I have to put some practice into Left Behind because I'm doing that at GameStone Quick on the 7th. The night of January 7th, I'm doing a run. I have to remember how to do it, and I have to feel comfortable. And I have to do it in 60 frames per second because they don't have a setup for allowing variable refresh rate stuff. So I'm going to have to put some practice into it. Which kind of sucks, but really all we need to practice is the encounters, you know? We don't need to practice running simulator and stuff like that. We just need to practice. We could start up a run from, like, when Ellie notices the helicopter. Or the third chapter, you know? But I gotta put some practice into that. I'm just doing grounded. I could even do permadeath strategies, so it's a little bit easier on myself. But yeah, I can't go there unprepared. I refuse to. I need to prepare for that. So I'll keep up the Ellie perma runs until then, also mixing in Left Behind in there at the end. When GDQ is over, I want to switch to original Last of Us. Okay? I don't know how long I'm going to spend with that. My plan is to spend a few months on that. You know, playing original Last of Us, playing some factions to really make me feel better. And I enjoy factions, especially when I've spent some time away from it. And, yeah. So when I get back from GDQ, I'm leaning towards the Part 2 grind being over. And I know it was a little bit short-lived, but we did some good work, despite the fact the records are unofficial. I'm not playing this in 60 FPS, okay? I'm just not. We got a better Ellie times, Abby times, full game times. We updated the strategies. I made a tutorial. We did some good work. And I just want to play it again. Goals will pop into my head once I feel like I've developed a comfort with it again and whatnot. Because beating my record is going to be a hefty task. I want to learn the new strategies. I need to relearn the route. There's going to be a lot of relearning, drilling all that information back into my head. And I always think it's going to take a long time to relearn it, and it's never that long of a process, you know? So, yeah. Here's the other thing that I've been really thinking about. And I talked about it at the end of one of my streams like a week ago. And it's come up in conversation a lot over the past year or so. And I know it's going to upset a lot of people. I'm leaning towards doing away with the YouTube live streams and focusing solely on Twitch. I would still do the YouTube streams for some big event, like a new playthrough, or I'd still do it once a week, like every Saturday or so. But I'm leaning towards, when I get back from GDQ, just doing away with the YouTube streams except for once a week. I've been doing both for just a tad over a year, just a touch over a year. And it hasn't quite benefited me. It hasn't quite benefited me. And I know this isn't very cool of me, but a part of it is influenced by revenue. A part of it is influenced by revenue. I also don't like splitting up people. I'm acknowledging two different people in two different places. From day one, I never enjoyed that. But the decision is mostly influenced by revenue. I started once I started, people started going to both, I started hemorrhaging Twitch revenue. It got kind of siphoned out of there. And YouTube revenue went up, but at a very minuscule amount. My YouTube revenue consists primarily of uploaded videos and the ad revenue that is generated from that. No, Tor, original is that's home for me. Plus, if I don't do a few months of original Last of Us is my happy place, okay? It is my happy place. I feel most at peace and at home when I'm playing that, okay? Well, yeah, things were great during COVID. That's not undeniable. But it's just one of those things. Once I started splitting people up, things started to get worse. I know the whole premise of having as many eyes on you as possible is a good thing, but when it comes to the live streaming space, it just I don't know. I've put a lot of thought into this. I want to at least do it for a month. I want to at least do it for a month. If I notice a drastic change, then I'll keep doing it. If I don't notice that much of a change, then I can always just go back. Basically, I just want to try it out, okay? I would still do 1 day per week of both, okay? I wouldn't leave you completely high and dry. Because once I did YouTube live streaming for the very first time, that's what I did. I didn't switch completely. I tested the waters. I did it 1 day a week. That's what I'm going to do. I wouldn't just give it up completely. You get more views on YouTube, though. No, I don't. I still get more views on Twitch. This is about the ratio. Right now I have 160 on Twitch and about 95 on YouTube. That's about the ratio that it usually is. Like, when I'm doing a run and I'm close to a record, it goes up. And that's still about the ratio. And there's kind of two, like I've been thinking about this more and more. But there were two things that kind of pushed me in this decision making. And I know streaming has its ups and downs. When I'm just doing runs and getting records and everything's good, life is good, business is good, it's good. But then some things interfere, like the 1 month and 1 week I did Left Behind. And then the stretches where I have to relearn a game from scratch. And then the tutorial making. Nobody likes those 3 things. Okay? Nobody likes those 3 things. Nobody. I know that. So that can kind of interfere with viewership and what comes of that. And that's been, I think, a majority of this month. We haven't done many. We did a few full game runs, and then I did a tutorial, and then I relearned perma. I think I've only done 1 attempt since then. I just want to get in that grind set. That grind set of, I'm playing this game. I have a goal. We keep going till we achieve said goal. You know, that's when my head is most clear and business is good. And right now, I think I've just kind of had enough of part 2. My mind is telling me to switch. My instincts are telling me to switch. You're on break mode. Yeah, I'm getting close to being on break mode for part 2. When did we switch? I can't get a sense of how long we've been doing this. I really can't. I'm going to have to look at my full streams channel to know. I seriously can't get a handle on it. Looks like it was October 21st. So it's been 2 months. It may not seem like it, but we've been back at part 2 for 2 months. And I'm going to put another 2 weeks into it as well. So we'll have spent 2.5 months with part 2, which is kind of a long time. And we did some good, and we did some good work too. We've done some good work. Plus, again, with the TV show probably coming out sometime in, there's no official release date. I'm guessing somewhere around April or May. We can go back to part 2 when that's really popular. But right now, for my own sanity, I want to go back to original. It's my favorite thing to do. It may be the thing I've done the longest. It's literally what started my career. But it's also the thing I enjoy doing more than anything else. It is my all-time favorite thing to do. I've also been getting the itch to return to the multiplayer and stuff. Sav, thank you so much for 45 bits. I mentioned there were 2 things that pushed me in the decision to spend less time on the YouTube live streams and just do Twitch. Well, Charlie, Moist Critical, I get a lot of my news from Moist Critical from a distance. You know, I don't worship him or anything, but he's a very level-headed person. He put out a video like a week ago, revenue on Twitch live streaming versus YouTube live streaming. And you know, he just brought up some good points. You know, Twitch is better for community, their chat is better, their money-making ways are better, and YouTube is better with VODs. Their VODs get a lot of views. Or at least his does. He told a story about how just one random stream of him playing a game for 4 hours, but for some reason got like 3 million views afterwards, netted him $84,000. Most of it from ad revenue. Just in one day. That's not including any like bits or subs he got. So yeah, when a live stream is finished, it works its way into the algorithm, stuff like that. And I get it. But that's with him. If you are a massive, massive streamer, you can kind of absorb any revenue loss from one platform versus another. And he's coming from a spot where he actually does get more views on YouTube than he does on Twitch. I'm the opposite. I started doing Twitch literally 10 years and 2 months ago. Whereas YouTube live streaming, I only started doing 2 years ago, almost 3 years ago, and even then it was 1 day a week. But the moment I started spending a little bit more time on YouTube, it just hemorrhaged the revenue from Twitch. So yes, what I want to start doing is be live solely on Twitch, still do 1 day a week to keep people in the loop, not completely abandon them. Use my full stream channel more. When the stream is finished, I upload it on my full streams channel. Yeah, just anyone watching here who doesn't know. I have 3 channels, okay? 1, 2, 3. My main channel, a clips channel, which I haven't uploaded in like 8 months. I can start uploading here more again, though. And a full streams channel. I run all 3 of them, as you can tell. And I literally upload every single VOD, every single full stream, every single one for the last 2.5 years. Oh, an ad's about to play. Sorry. And I usually make them public maybe a day or two later, but what I can do is make that night's stream public, like just later that night. The moment I finish, I use something called Twitch Leecher. It downloads the live stream very, very quickly. And I can upload it. I upped my internet, so it uploads faster. That's what I'm leaning towards. King, thank you for a 4-month resub. And also it came directly from my mother. She said, I opened your stream and your Twitch sub numbers seem down. And like a mother, she said, is everything okay? I'm like, yes, things are okay. Things are okay. But this number is the lowest it's been, I'd say, since 2018. Roughly. And that's what I rely on most. That's what I rely on most. And there's never been a better time to be on Twitch. You got the $6 subs instead of $5. I'm making 70% from them. And you know, there's also the Prime subs. It's still a good time, even though the total number is lower. I'm still making more from them than I ever have in my entire life. And again, I think the number is low right now because December just hasn't been a very good month. It's those damn tutorials I decide to make. I don't make them for views and ad revenue. I make them because they're a good source of relearning something or someone learning it. Someone who wants to learn it themselves. I really make them for other people. But I've taken a step back and I've started to realize that my best course of action is to try and build my Twitch as large as it can possibly be. And if I want to make more money on YouTube, I need to upload videos more. That's my path to future success. That's when I was more successful in the past, and I just think that's how it has to be. And it was around 6 months ago, I started like bringing up the idea of doing that, and I got hit with a lot of backlash. It's like, well, I think those videos are still up. You know? I got hit with some backlash, like, well, not backlash, that implies like drama. Just like, no, please don't do that, you know? But it's like, you got to remember, I went in the first 8 years of my career like that, and everything was fine. It really was. And then I started dabbling in other platforms and stuff, and that's when things just started to not be so good. Somebody asked a while back, did you stop doing the TikTok live streams? Yes, because, well, one, I hated their chat. Not the people in it, just the workings of the chat. You know, you couldn't pin a message. It took up too much of the screen when I popped it out. And I had to change up my entire setup to be able to do that plus something else, like Twitch, YouTube, and TikTok. It wasn't the people there. That wasn't the thing. It was, I had to change the audio from the capture card to desktop audio. I had to run OBS and basically TikTok's version of OBS at the same time, so it was taxing my PC even more. And then it just every single stream I went live as well. It was saying like, due to, I don't know, a violation of the terms of service, your stream is limited. And it's like, I didn't say anything. It must have been the gore of the game or something. And then I got a message like, oh, the last 2 minutes that have passed, we couldn't retrieve chat messages. I'm like, you know what? Fuck this. Fuck this. I will only do TikTok again if I get a stream key and I can use it through Restream. Restream is what I use to be able to be on multiple platforms at the same time. It's a very convenient service. I like it a lot. But yeah, just using TikTok Live Studio by itself, no. No, that was a dreadful experience. Restream won't even have a point. Technically, yes. Well, I will still do Twitch and YouTube once a week. Okay? To keep people in the loop. That's still getting 52 streams out of the year for me. You know, whenever I do the intergalactic playthrough, like some special event or something, I'll be live on both, you know, like the Game Awards or my next first playthrough I'm hyped for is like the Metal Gear Solid 3 remake. I would live stream on both for that. That would be a good time. But when it comes to just like the normal streams and stuff that I normally do, I'll be primarily on Twitch unless it's like usually every Saturday, I think. Well, able to go live. Well, it's not a ban. They said your live stream is restricted. Every single stream that I did, I got that message. And it's like, I didn't say anything, so it must have just been the game. Which is stupid. No, it's not good. My like first I know it also might be banned by the government in a month too. So oh, if the ban goes, oh, right, yeah, in a month it's gonna be like banned. I don't know. I just wish I got a stream key. I don't think they give those out anymore. Because it's like I mentioned in the video I uploaded when I said, could you please get me over 1,000 followers? I was hoping that would get me a stream key that I could use on Restream, but it didn't, and I don't think they're handing them out anymore. Yeah, in those streams I was practicing the Home Depot area with Abby. That might have been it. Regardless. Yeah. Pocket money. That's a good way of wording it. Oh, and then there was the thing at the top that said, like, you get paid through PayPal, connect your PayPal, and when you reach a certain amount made, you'll get your funds. I clicked connect, and it just kept saying error. Error every single time. I couldn't fix it. So it was like the worst first impression that I've ever gotten from a live streaming platform. It makes Rumble look good. So yeah, that was my TikTok live experience. I'm not doing that again. Unless I get a stream key. Regardless. So yes, I think when I return from GDQ, that's going to be my... I'll put out a video either on like New Year's Eve or New Year's Day talking about everything I've talked about here so far, but I believe in my personal experience and what I think is best, I'm going to go back to the Twitch-only live streams. If you watch on YouTube and you liked what you've seen, I hope you make a Twitch account to follow me. Because live is better. You never know what's going to happen. Plus, I would really like for everyone to just be in one chat. I'm good when everything's in one place, and Twitch, when it comes to just like moderation, is the best. It is the cream of the crop. It's the best. This becomes a bit of a headache for me because I still want to treat people like human beings, but when that's also a part of it. I know I mentioned money being the main driving force, and unfortunately it is, but it's also like I feel like I don't treat people here as people. You know, I treat them as afterthoughts, and I don't like that. I'm good at treating people like people when it's all in one place, because everyone can see what everyone's writing. I never liked that division. I never liked that divide there. Plus, it's so easy. If I want to time someone out, right-click, there's a timeout. How long? 5 minutes? 3 minutes? 12 days? Ban? Delete their message? Or delete all their messages? No timeout? Or just delete that message? And then it even, like, there's chat history. Look at this. You've sent 634 messages in my Twitch chat. Your account was created July 23rd, 2019. You've been following since September 6th, 2022. Previously subbed for 1 month. I think I can make like a... You can follow, whisper, gift a sub. I can send like a warning, I think. There's features on Twitch that I don't even know what they do. Sorry, I'm using you as an example. What do we have on YouTube? Let's see. That's basically purge the one message. Timeout, that's a ban. Add as a moderator. But when it comes to everything else, I got nothing. I got nothing. And these always pop up every either 30 minutes or hour on the dot. See that? So yeah. I'm trying to think what else to say. Just say everything that's in my head right now. My run will be the night of the 7th. Yeah. It's hard to interact with both live stream chats. Do you ever notice the times when I'm like, oh, this person, thank you for a 35-month resub, and I can immediately tell if that person changed their name or not. And then it's usually like, yeah, my name used to be this, but I changed it to what it is now. And it's like, I know that because I think I would have remembered saying that name out loud for the last 3 years or so. You know, I'm good with that kind of thing. I can't do that on YouTube. I just can't. Not because it's been short-lived, but I just don't feel as personable on there. I've never been able to do that. And it has nothing to do with the people. Look, I don't know anything about all of you. Okay? But I can get a better vibe of, like, your personality when you're on Twitch. I don't even, like, know why or how, but I can't get that sense on YouTube. I just can't. Could be the color of your name. It could come down to the color of your name. You notice here how every name is the same shade of ugly gray? Now they have a profile picture, but that's more distracting than anything, so I hide it behind the Twitch chat. That's more distracting than anything. It makes everything like wider, and I just don't like that. So I just focus on the names, and they're just one shade of just basically no color at all. Meanwhile, these are the same every single time unless you manually change it. You can do that, by the way. Sav. That is also the other thing. I'm usually on Twitch just I'm here now because of no ads. Ad revenue is a big source of my income. Okay? That's kind of an awkward thing to bring up because even I pay YouTube Premium just so I don't get ads there. Okay? I get it. I understand it. But I think that is the ultimate incentive to receiving subs on Twitch as well. I described it to my mom in we had a phone call recently because again she brought this up with me when she mentioned the low sub count. This is, if I can narrow it down to this, it would be to one thing. It would be YouTube is the place where people go to watch me for free. Now, I'm not interested in being rich, okay? I'm not. I'm not interested in being rich. You see those giant YouTubers who are, well, really, it's like the big three. You got the Paul brothers and Mr. Beast doing out those lunchly things and the Prime stuff. It's like, I don't like that. At that point, it's how much more do you need, that kind of thing. I'm not wealthy, not even a little bit. I am paycheck to paycheck kind of person, okay? So when I'm in that kind of position, I have to do things. I have to do some things to that are in my best interest. Now I feel bad. Don't feel bad, okay? Don't feel bad. Because it's the same reason why people don't show up for the tutorials or Left Behind or when I'm relearning a project. They want the good stuff. They want the good stuff. Ads are annoying. Ads are annoying. If there's another place to get the same viewing experience but you don't have ads, then you're going to do it. And you got to do it. Like me, I put out for YouTube Premium every month. My viewing experience is that much better. But, and this is something I will mention when I make the video, there's usually two reasons why people won't switch from YouTube to Twitch. A lot of you have said, like, I don't mind watching on both, but I usually pick YouTube. Oh, there's another cool thing that it does. Look at that. First time chatter. I love that feature on Twitch. That's my way of saying, like, why is this, that won't go away? So there, I know to act a little bit more, oh, that's not going away. Act a little bit more kind to that person. There you are. It was there a minute ago. YouTube doesn't have that. Someone could be putting their first message in on here, and I have no clue. I'm from YouTube. Welcome. I think you will find it a little more homey here. I will mention one thing. When watching my stream, assuming it is on a desktop, use this, theater mode. It makes it look cleaner. It's about to look really weird because it's doing monitor capture. See, but here's the chat. It gets rid of everything else. Theater mode. It doesn't allow you to scroll. Oh, did they finally put this back on the bottom? Regardless, theater mode. That's the best place. That's the best way to make it look. I very well could just practice and do the stuff offline, and then that's a good idea. But being live as much as possible is like it would otherwise just be a day of nothing, and that's not any better than like showing up for minimal stuff is still better than not showing up at all. You know. I might as well be live. I almost did these daily runs offline today. There's no real reason. There's no real reason. I did mention though, I'm gonna treat my full streams channel a little bit different. I'm gonna upload the full stream and make it public like later that same night. You know. Alex, thank you so much for a 10-month resub. Thank you very, very much. What was I talking about? Yeah. There's like two things I do or will do for those that have been on YouTube and make the switch to Twitch to make it a little bit easier on them. Well, for those who won't switch over, like I mentioned, I'm going to upload the full streams like immediately that night and make it public. I think that's a good way to like keep up with it, with everything. And also, when it comes to my ad breaks, because this is the little widget that I use, there's this thing. I talk about ad breaks so much just because I think that's a big reason why people won't come over. You know, and again, I get it. But I control, unless time runs out on that thing, I manually run my ad breaks so they don't play in random spots when I don't want them to. That way they play that way they play during like the most boring parts of the run, where there's no encounter at all. A lot of ad blockers don't work on Twitch either. I don't know how they found a way around them, but yeah. Would you ever try other games? No. Every time I've done that, it doesn't end well. One time a few years ago, I did an entire month of Uncharted speedruns. It was my lowest earning month, I think, in my entire career. I'm a bit of a one-trick pony here. But here's the thing. I don't really mind it. I picked a good game to speedrun. Okay? I'll tell you that. I remember mentioning this to you guys. Last of Us, at least with Last of Us 1, Part 2 can get old kind of quick for me. I don't know why. Maybe it's too easy. Last of Us 1 runs will never, ever, ever, ever stop being boring for me. Never. What is boring for me is the first half hour. I have a hard time putting up with the beginning, slums, wharf, cargo, and, like, that portion of the game. Sometimes I really got to will myself just to get through that part. Because if it doesn't go well, you got to start over, and that after 10 years, I can't stand that anymore. But once we make it to downtown fight, all the way through to the rest of the game, whether it's remake or original, That's my happy place, man. It never ever gets dull for me. Never. It's more of a testament of the game than anything else. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Juicy. Thanks, Juicy. I appreciate that. Oh, where's the chat? Oh, there you guys are. So yeah, I need to do about a month of just streaming the way I used to stream. You know, I need to do that for myself, just to see how things go. Okay. And as long as people keep an open mind about it, I think it'll be for a benefit to a majority of people, including myself. Yeah. And the thing is, I'm content with the decision. It's more like letting other people down that I think is going to be the rough part of it. I don't know if a lot of you realize, but a lot of streamers of a certain size, maybe my size or a little bit bigger, not everybody chooses to be on both at the same time. And over the course of a year, I think I'm starting to realize why. It's basically for all the reasons I mentioned. Not everybody does what I do. I'm not talking in content. I'm just talking about like being on both. Some are on both but have YouTube chat locked. I did that for a while, and as far as I'm concerned, it's kind of the same thing. Remember? I did that as a way to like be courteous to others, but then like force people that would kind of force them to switch. I just felt guilty, honestly. So I remember actually doing that, and I didn't really like that. Yeah. Oh, shit. Yeah. I will eventually make a video on this. I'll try and word it more professionally. I'm just kind of doing it off the cuff right now. But I think that is in my best interest. Oh, thanks, Sav. I appreciate that. Seeing your name in green does make me want to look. How many memberships do I have? It's not a lot. I have 39. I could keep it up just as a way to do an extra thing of support if you'd like. What I really want to do is build my Patreon. I may as well talk about that. I've had a Patreon since like March, and I've learned how to use the site, but I've like haven't put as much attention towards it as I could. I think this would be a good, that would coincide with a what is it? I lost my train of thought. Sue, thank you so much for a gifted sub to Juicy. Yeah. Thank you very much, Sue. I appreciate it. Yeah, I want to build up my Patreon a little bit. Because I think I made it in February, like made it public in March, and I haven't put as much attention into it as I could have, but I think there's good potential for it, offering some things to people that you can't get during a live stream. Just some extra perks. I think I've been coming up with some ideas lately. Well, what I want to do is make like at least 2 different tiers. A $3 tier and a $6 tier. The $3 one would be like an introductory thing. Everyone has like a basic tier. That would be, you know, you get your name and like my outros that I do, which I might start doing voiceovers for instead of it just being that. So I might change up my outro a little bit. And also, you've probably noticed in my Discord and on social media, I'm not really one to share a lot of things. I'm kind of a private person. I would maybe treat my Patreon kind of like a social media. Like, oh, here's just, you know, kind of the stereotypical annoying things about social media. You know, like, just, I don't know, whatever I'm doing that day, I take a picture of it or I take a video of it. I've been sharing videos in my Discord of like some snowfall we've been getting. Basically treating it like my social media, because I don't really use social media that much anymore. I'm on it, but I don't post there that much. The next tier, I think, would be I want to make a channel in my Discord specifically for like the $6 tiers or levels. Having a dedicated Discord channel for Patreon members. You get earlier access to some of my uploads that I'm going to start uploading again. Yeah, I was doing like Patreon only live streams, but they didn't. Oh, an ad's about to play. I'm sorry. When we just start going off, the numbers count down quickly. I found out a way to like do Patreon only live streams. They're on YouTube, but the URL for it is available only to Patreon members. I learned how to do that. We could do that like twice a month. Or something like that. Like I mentioned earlier, access to videos. Like clips of the month, Rip Runs compilation, Laugh of Us, which I'm going to start like editing myself and uploading again. So just like things like that. You know? Because with a Twitch sub and a YouTube membership, they still take 30% of it. Patreon is like, I don't know, they take like maybe 11 or 12% of it. You end up, if you get like, I don't know, if I were to get like 20 members of the $6 tiers or something, I'd make over $100 a month just from that. You end up making a lot more from that. And that would really have to do with a lot of offline stuff. It would be something like that. But I would be excited to just like upload there and focus more time on that. And the timing would be good with not doing the YouTube live streams as much. Just really focusing on that. That would basically, Twitch would be my online focus. Patreon would be my offline focus. Because again, I'm not really one to share offline stuff. I don't do that much. I'm not that public about some things. I remember uploading some stuff early on when I first started it, but then my phone was just getting so bad. Running out of storage space, battery life was horrible. I got a new phone a couple months ago. Pixel 9. It's a great phone. And I uploaded some stuff from the old phone, but I want to... Yeah, I think I can come up with some perk ideas that would make you want to join that. So again, just some stuff that I'm thinking of. Which has me excited. I don't know about anyone else, but it has me excited. Just for the record, I see that it's a good link, but if you're gonna post a link in Twitch chat, just ask me first, okay? That's all. I don't know who this person is, but that's a nice chunk of change right there, man. All of his subs are gifted. Jeez. Wow. Yeah. I just think that's my path to success. Build my Twitch as much as possible. Throw YouTube live streams a bone here and there. You know, special events, first playthroughs, once a week, still. I'd still offer a couple perks for the YouTube members if you want to still do your recurring membership there. Part of it is I haven't been able to think of... Let's say, you know, I am doing Twitch, YouTube, and Patreon at the same time. For the life of me, I've never been able to think of good perks for doing a YouTube membership. It's been like a year, and I still haven't been able to think of a good reason to to do it. If I think of something, I'm always just like, well, I could just put that in a Patreon perk. I could make that a perk on Patreon instead. Like, yes, you get the badges and the emotes. No, I'm not switching to iPhone. You get the badges and the emotes, and I think I still do my outros by acknowledging your name on there, and I think that's about it. I've never been able to get creative with it. Never. Even members-only videos. I'm not really a big video maker. I'm more of a live streamer. And then I remember one time, like, oh, I'm going to make the YouTube and the Patreon perks the same. Early access to videos, blah, blah, blah. But then someone on Patreon was like, I kind of want what you do here to be unique and special to just here. And I'm like, I can totally see where he's coming from. When you're live streaming, it's all about incentives. You need an incentive for people to support. You can't just be entertaining. That's not enough. You need an incentive. On Twitch, it's ad-free viewing, loyalty badges, emotes that you can use in other channels. There's incentive there. YouTube, I've never been able to think of an incentive. Patreon, I can include a bunch of perks for offline stuff. I think that's incentive enough. Maybe I'll never get 100 patrons, but that's fine. I don't need that. That'd be nice, though. I kind of did, for a while, I did once a month a Patreon-only member-only live stream. But I remember the viewership was so low that then I did both because they were both on YouTube. I was thinking of making that the same perk. You know, Patreon member and YouTube member only live streams. I might keep that one the same. Bluebird. Matt helps with, he makes all my thumbnails, and he makes my Laugh of Us playlists. Because I can't make the playlist myself. I would see all the videos. But when it comes to asking him to edit videos, first of all, he doesn't like that. He doesn't really like doing it. But second of all, I don't have the money to pay him to do that. Big reason why the Laugh of Us videos stopped getting uploaded in edited form on YouTube. I used to pay him like somewhere between $40 to $50 for each edit because they were like an hour and a half long video he had to trim down. Those videos didn't pull in that kind of money. So eventually stopped, and then I'm like, I'll do it. And then I just never did it because I don't like editing videos either. I'm more, like I mentioned, I'm more of a live streamer thing kind of guy. No. Look, I don't want to restrict too much of my content, okay? Too much. I'm thinking of keeping just the $5 YouTube memberships because I'm still doing 50, at that point it's what, like 52 live streams a year? I'm still doing the occasional YouTube live streams, name in my outros, and you could also get included in the, like, the private twice a month live streams that I think I'm going to do, like a Q&A session. I think that's good. I think that's good enough. I think that's good enough. Twitch, again, I'm always on there, so I think it's more important to have ad-free viewing on Twitch than anywhere else, because I know their ads are ridiculous. But again, I think I would almost rather want to focus on Patreon more than I would focus on, not YouTube, but YouTube live streams. I don't know. As you can tell, I got some ideas. Nothing that's going to be implemented like right away because we got the holidays and then I got GDQ coming up. Once GDQ is over, I feel like I'm going to have some more freedom. You know, a lot less to think about. Because for Christmas, I'm going to be away 24th, 25th, 26th. And then, you know, I can't treat GDQ like it's nothing. Oh, here's the part I didn't really tell any of you about. I mentioned it in the Life Sucks channel in Discord. Pretty Moobid. Pretty. Thank you for your Prime sub. Welcome to the Ant Colony. Enjoy your emotes. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you very, very much. Every sub counts. Very much appreciated. What was I mentioning? Yes. I'm going to Pittsburgh, January 6th, 7th, and 8th. I'll be back. I'll drive home on the 9th. I'll probably be back streaming on the 10th. I wasn't sure if I was going, because I wasn't sure if I wanted to run Left Behind. I'm committed to it now, but I wasn't sure. I wasn't really able to get a room at the discounted rate with roommates and stuff because I procrastinated on that. 3 nights of staying at the GDQ hotel. $546. It's a hotel room for 3 days. I got to do what I got to do. If I don't do that, then there isn't really anything else in the area. I am literally left without a choice. I have to do that. No, I got to be at the hotel that's housing the event. I have to. Oh, believe me, it's painful. Now, when you're a runner, they waive the registration fee. Nobody is paid to go there. Every single person that is there has to pay to be there. But if you have roommates, you can split the cost. Last of Us isn't a huge presence at GDQ, and I've only been to a few of them. So, yeah. The only thing they do, if you're going there just to go, you also have to pay a $95 registration fee. If you're a runner, they waive that fee. If you are a part of the schedule, they waive that fee. So, yeah. Hey, Felipe. Yeah. But that wasn't fun to fork over that kind of money. What's your biggest gain out of going? I mean, for the fun of it, look, you're not guaranteed a spot on the roster, okay? This is something that's been talked about for a while in my channel. I don't have the best history with GDQ accepting my submissions. You don't just go there and run. It's very organized. A lot of people submit their game, their category, their runs. They have to reject a lot more than they accept. I gotta run in. Okay? They accepted one of my runs. I gotta honor it. Okay? It's the Super Bowl of speedrunning. That really is it. It's the largest charity event. It's the largest speedrunning event in the world. You gotta honor it. When I do my run, there's probably gonna be 70,000 people watching it. Maybe 100 people in the physical room. Maybe. But in the world, watching from home on Twitch, there's probably going to be 60 or 70,000 people watching. You gotta honor it, you know? I did learn one thing from this latest batch of, submitting. I'm not submitting Left Behind by itself anymore. I want to run a campaign, but they just don't accept that. I've submitted Last of Us 1 grounded mode, I think 13 or 14, I've lost count, 13 or 14 times over the last 8 years or so. They accepted it once, and that was in their COVID marathon. But as for actually physically being there and running it on their stage, I've never gotten to do it. This, however, will be the second time I've ran Left Behind. It's so stupid because I have no passion for it. And it's just going to be a boring run. I know it is. But I'll try and spice it up. Oh, it's 2:20 in the morning? Last I checked it... Wait. That's probably 2:20 in the morning your time. I'm driving there. It's going to be 5 hours away. Okay, yeah, it's 9:20 in the afternoon for me. It's 9:20 in the afternoon. I don't know. And it's not they can't ever give you a reason because like I said, they have to reject significantly more than they accept. Okay? So they can't give a reason for everyone. Still, that's been my hiccup with them. I've never gotten a genuine acceptance when it comes to what I normally do. So that's been, over the years, that's been frustrating. And for a while, I just completely stopped submitting. I stopped submitting runs to the events. Just, oh.
Video game, you're literally the first person I've ever given money to on YouTube or Twitch. Never can convince myself to sub, but you sir are worthy of it. I hope you have a Merry Christmas and good luck.
It cuts off after a certain character count. Good luck at GDQ. Jackson Lamar, thank you so much for the $20 super chat. And for the kind words. Thanks, man. Yeah. At this moment in time, I'm really looking forward to just getting back to this. Look how dusty the cover is. This thing has some wear and tear on it. I'm looking forward to getting back to this. This is where my mind's at right now. We'll have to wait a couple more weeks for that, though. This is, I mentioned it before, this is my happy place. This is my happy place. And we haven't done it since April. The very moment I got my grounded record of 247.55, I put it away. And I've been away from it for too long. I miss it. Yeah. But Jackson, thanks so much for the $20 super. That's very generous of you. Thank you. And Daniel, thank you for 51 bits as well. Am I confident about my performance? That's the good thing about GDQ. It doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. You want it to. I mean, what is there at what is there with Left Behind? You start up. Okay. The beginning is walking simulator, right? Next, when you meet up with Riley, is walking simulator again, and then brick fight. We don't have to do the brick fight super duper fast. It just has to look good. You know? Then you got the stalkers and the room after. We'll have to practice that. Okay? Then there's angel knives and water guns. And then that last stretch. That last stretch right there. That's gonna... It's more like the present day stuff is gonna have to be worked on. I don't think GDQ would accept a full Part 2 run. No. And also, I'm going to have to run the game in 60 FPS. I'm not going to be able to use my unlocked frame rate that I love so much. So I am going to have to put some practice into it. But I'm leaning towards making it easier on myself and doing like the permadeath strategies where I nail bomb the spawns. To use 2 nail bombs instead of 1. My commentator is going to be a guy named Adef, or Adef Games. He was part of the speedrun mode consultant meeting that we did, and he's part of GDQ's interview team. So I think he even mentioned I think I'm going to get an interview like a few hours before the run too. So yeah, it should be a good time. I think he worked at Naughty Dog for a little bit as a QA tester. I'm pretty sure he did. So yeah, I got that all lined up. I roomed with him in 2018 when I went to my very first GDQ. So we have some history. We have some history, so that'll be fun. We'll keep up the chatter during the down parts. And if I have nothing to mention about the run, they read out donations. So it's good. It's fine. If any of you read out a donation that makes it something a little more personable, I think he will read it out. You can, because it's all for charity. I believe the one in January is Prevent Cancer, and the one for June is Doctors Without Borders. But they always, just through donations, always end up raising over $2 million in the week. So it's always for a good cause, you know. That really is like the real reason to go. It's not just an event, it's a charity event. They do it twice a year. Oh, that Zoom meeting, I don't remember who. They were pretty high up there, though. Yeah, Uranto was there a year ago as well. He ran any percent, and he did a great job, too. He was cool, calm, collected, and did everything almost perfectly. First GDQ. Yeah, I ran original. I flew all the way to Florida, and I ran original Left Behind 5 years ago. 5.5 minute speed run. No, Druckmann was not there, but they had like a lot of like the environmental artists and stuff. They had a lot of artists there, and some higher ups too. It was a cool experience. That was a little over 3 years ago. They did that. What part have I got the most confidence in? I think I'll be able to do the truck, like the stalker part, and then the fight after. I feel like I'll be able to do that well. And yeah, at some point between now and then, I will have to put a lot of practice into it. I'm thinking of coming up with a strategy that's like on its own for Final Fight. Final Fight 1 is going to be the tough one. Final Fight 2 is also going to be tough, but I'm thinking I'll be able to find a strategy, maybe using the restart checkpoint. I'll have to play around with placing the nail bomb for the start of Final Fight 2 using a restart checkpoint. We don't normally do that. I want to play around with that. Yeah, God, pre-Final Fight's going to be rough. Like, you just run past those two sections. If they don't go well, you just redo it. The store, if that doesn't go well... You know what? I practice. That's really all it is. I practice. The fact that it's a shorter run means I have less to practice. You know? So in that regard, I'm not that worried. And if there's any downtime where nothing's happening, they fill the dead air with donation reading. That's how it always is. I'll get to talk about speedrun mode, too. That's another reason to go there. It's like, Naughty Dog acknowledged the speedrunning community. How cool is that? I'm sure there's a bunch of people that don't know that that took place, and that's a thing. You know? They actually took the time to make the best built-in speedrunning timer of all time. I think that's worth mentioning. Oh yeah, myself and my commentator, and two others, Blagus and Scarlet, were also in on it as well. I was. It's funny you remember that. Yeah, the day of my sister's wedding, I was contacted to be able, just to set the meeting up. Yes, that's right. You unlocked a memory there. Shans, thank you so much for a 3-month resub. Thank you very, very much. Meet and greet. Well, nobody can just get in. You need... I mean, nothing's stopping me from going in the front door of the hotel. But in order to be in, like, certain parts of the hotel, you need to be registered to be there. That's a $95 registration. Really? That got recommended? That's weird. Well, you know, you're talking about me lying to you guys for a year. They had technically been working on Intergalactic for a little while. They never told me. We had to keep it under wraps that the remake was a thing. They had to keep it under wraps to me that Intergalactic was a thing. I know, our meeting took place September of 2021, so they were working on it the whole time. And they never told us. Yeah, there was no reason to. I don't know. I gotta see what kind of game it is. I know the paperwork for that meeting was... I had to fill out all the paperwork that made me an employee there. Oh my god. So much paperwork. My god. Someone asked, am I going to speedrun Intergalactic? I have to see what kind of game it is first. Like, in terms of the gameplay, it looked a little bit like Horizon Zero Dawn. With, like, futuristic weapons and enemies kind of things. So if it's like that, I don't know. Her weapon of choice looked like a futuristic Final Fantasy sword. So I don't know. That's not exactly my cup of tea, but I'm not basing all my opinions on a trailer. I'm over here still wishing they made another Uncharted. Does anyone else besides me miss a new Uncharted game? I don't think it has to involve Nathan and Sully at all, but I don't know. I miss the formula. I guess that's the way to word it. I miss the formula of that game's. Good-looking parkour, environments, treasure hunting, and riffing back and forth between characters. I miss Uncharted. Lost Legacy's 7.5 years old. I know, right? I think I still have... Yeah, I don't know why I have it right here. Signed by Nathan Drake himself. When we did Retro in California, he signed my copy. And in true Nolan North fashion, he says he always signs his signature Sic Parvis Magna, but with his handwriting, a lot of people think it says Sic Penis Magic. Yes. Which would give a whole new meaning to greatness from small beginnings. Yeah. I've told that joke before. Come on. That's how you know it was him that said that. Come on. Well, he didn't say that last part, but he said everyone thinks it says Sic Penis Magic. I couldn't come up with that myself. That was all him. Oh, believe me, I didn't become a fan of Retro Replay when they reached out. I was a fan of it long before. That's another thing that I really, really miss. Not for selfish reasons either. I was a fan. No, they're pretty much done. They renamed it, and they don't really work on it anymore. Shame. Shame, shame. Because I mentioned I listened to a lot of Conan O'Brien and his podcast. And Nolan's sense of humor reminds me a lot of him. Very improvisational and self-deprecating, which are two of my favorite forms of comedy. Yeah. Yeah, he really was a master at it. I want to meet him someday. That's my, like, celebrity that I want to meet someday. I'm going to repeat some stories here, but for those who haven't heard it, you know his clueless gamer buddy, Aaron Blair? The guy with the white hair? Conan always rips on him. They just played Death Stranding on Clueless Gamer a couple weeks ago. It was pretty funny. Well, he's raided my stream a couple times. He has his own Twitch streams going. And, yeah, I've raided him a couple times too. He's a good guy. But he takes such a mental beating from Conan. But he technically has been working with him for like 23, 24 years. So they clearly have a very good working relationship there. But, you know, Conan's travel show is on HBO, which also is getting a second season. Last of Us is on HBO. It's also getting a second season. play Last of Us games for a living. And this, I still think, is the really cool thing. Because I wasn't always a big fan of late night talk shows when I was younger. But around the time when COVID happened and when Conan announced he was ending his talk show, I don't know, I just became like a really big fan of his. And I learned much later, he did his very first late night show on the same day that I was born. Is that not cool? Could you imagine what he would have to say about that? Oh, I've seen Hot Ones. I've seen that one multiple times. He goes just eccentric. So his very first late night show was on September 13th, 1993. That's the exact same day I was born. Think of all the things he would have to say about that. Could only imagine. That could be like, I even though I was just born, I spoke my first words that day. Turn that shit off! It's the earliest in human history that a baby that young said their first words. It was incredible. Because he's such a fan of the self-deprecating humor. I know! Wouldn't that be cool? Yeah. If you think about it, his season 2 of his travel show might actually launch at around the same time as Last of Us Season 2. That's kind of funny. Maybe not at the same time. Because he's always doing his podcast commercials for like T-Mobile or something in other countries, so he's probably recorded a bunch of new episodes already. What's the name of it? Conan Must Go? He got like one season, went to 4 countries, and like met people that he met on the podcast and stuff. Yeah. I don't know. Every like Sunday night, I don't even wait until Monday afternoon. Well, it's usually like 12:30, 1 in the morning they upload a new episode. And I just always look forward to the riffing done between Sona, Matt, and Conan. It's been my favorite thing. Like, you know how sometimes you'll find like a new thing that you enjoy watching, and you'll watch it for a little while, but eventually move on to the next thing? Once I found Conan's podcast, I don't know. Every single time they put out something new, I always listen. And then I watch it the next day on YouTube. They've just become my favorite thing. What was the most recent one? They did a thing where they were talking about, like, erotic fan fiction with Conan as the main character. Some fans would do that. And he just had, like, one of the funniest riffs I've heard. That whole concept in and of itself is a weird one, but he played it off so well. Yeah, you know me, how I don't, like, I love laughing, but I don't always laugh that much. He made my stomach hurt with what he had to say. And that was only, like, 5 days ago or so. Yeah. So I want that to be like my next retro replay thing. I would love to meet him someday. Well, I'm hungry. I want to make dinner. Sunday, I always make my favorite thing. Shells and a meat sauce. I got the stuff right there. Fry the chopped meat, season it, boil some sauce. I season that as well. Once the meat is fried, I put that in the sauce. I let it bubble. Then I make the pasta. It's my favorite thing. I always have it every Sunday. And I've already been to the gym today, so I can absorb it. So I think I'm going to go. So the daily runs were kind of a bust today, but didn't we kind of have fun just like chit-chatting for a little bit? I was thinking of making moments like this one of my Patreon perks. Like maybe once or maybe even twice a month, just doing a stream just like this. The pasta. I season both the chopped meat and the sauce with the same stuff. I do pepper because it's jarred sauce. So, you know, I do basil, oregano, a little bit of Parmesan cheese, and salt. Pepper, basil, oregano, cheese, and salt. It needs it because it's jarred. I go with, here, hold on. This is the chopped meat I go with. 85% lean, 15% fat, just under a pound. Just under a pound. I find the 85% is the best. And I always go with ronzoni shells. These are my favorite type. This is my favorite type of pasta. Ronzoni shells. There's nothing wrong with Barilla, but this is of all the pastas, this one's my favorite. And as for the sauce, because I don't make everything homemade, I just don't. That's too much work. This is my favorite type of sauce. Traditional Francesco Rinaldi. I don't go with ragu. I prefer this sauce. Can't really explain why they're my favorite. They just are. Like, here's the one, like, it is true. Oh, God. It is true. Different shapes of pasta taste different. Spaghetti, ziti, shells, rigatoni, penne, those little elbow noodles. They taste different. They just do. Shells has always been my favorite. Oh, there's one. I still don't know how to pronounce it. Cavatappi or Cavapati or something. I don't remember. I don't know how to pronounce it. But they're like it's almost like in a DNA strand. That tastes good with meat sauce as well. Shells are the best. I don't know why. buy the large shells for stuffed shells, too. But that's more of a, like, big ziti kind of thing. Lei Tung, thank you for a 5-year resub. Thank you very, very much. I know. There's going to be plenty of food over the next few days. So yeah, tomorrow we're going to do an LE% permadeath attempt. And then I'm unfortunately going to be gone for the next few days. Family. Christmas Eve, driving down. Christmas Day, spending time. I drive back home on the 26th because they live like an hour and a half away. And, yeah. Should be back on the 27th, though. Yeah, I'll be back on the 27th. I could do a double daily if I make it home on time on the 26th. Well, I don't know if I deserve the break. I haven't really done anything. Well, the tutorials. But again, nobody cares about them anyway. Like I mentioned, they do nothing for viewership. They do nothing for revenue. I really just do them for others to follow. I want those to be used in your speedrunning endeavors, if you will. Don't get pulled over speeding home for it. No promises. But, yeah. I'm just looking forward to just... It's something I always look forward to. I always look forward to just getting back to a body of work. Well, that again, is something that Conan said. I didn't realize until like a few years ago what Conan went through at NBC when he was forced out of The Tonight Show by Jay Leno and NBC executives. And then he was forbidden for being on TV for 6 months. But he got a huge settlement of money out of it. But it wasn't ever about the money for him, as long as it was enough, which is obviously it was. He just wanted a body of work. That's something he kept saying. I think there's a really good documentary about that. Conan Can't Stop or something like that. He went on a whole tour because he was forbidden for being on TV. And that's something he kept saying in the documentary. It's like, he's like, I will be okay, but I miss my body of work. And I think that's true for everyone, There's a lot of times where a lot of us would prefer to just not work and just take some time off. But when it comes to going through your life, you need a body of work where it just creates good organization in your life and stuff, And that's how I feel about speedrunning. We'll go on a grind. We will go on a grind.
Have a great Christmas, Fire, Santa Claus.
I love how it reads out the emotes. Are we canceling Santa? Is he being fired? Fire Santa. He's switching to the South Pole. Better Live, thank you for the 500 bits and for the laugh. Yes, if you give a donation or cheer that's over $3, text-to-speech will read out the message. It filters out naughty words, though, so you can't take advantage of it, but that's been a thing for like a couple years now. And every now and then, it reads out emotes, like the emote names. I don't know what to do about it, but I'm going to keep it just because that was funny. What was I saying? Yeah. The moments where, I'm not... Let's put Left Behind out of the equation. The moments where I'm not making a tutorial or relearning something, and it's all in my head, and I'm just able to go live and run... Those are my favorite moments, especially when I feel like I'm getting close to achieving something. Those are always my favorite moments. Something that I look forward to. Without those, I don't know, I would feel... Well, I wouldn't feel. So right now I'm kind of stuck in that in between part. But I always know it's just a speed bump. You know, we always end up okay. And right now my mind, I'm still going to stick with part 2 for a little while, for up until GDQ. But my mind is officially shifting back to this. I'm picturing myself running it feeling comfortable again, and yeah, that's going to be nice. The elves would be free. Like they're working against their will. It is a vibe. It really is. And every now and then it comes along, I just miss it. Yeah. And I'll probably stick with that until TV show or PC Part 2 releases. By that point, it'll literally be around like 3 months. I think that's enough time for me to get completely sick of original Last of Us and then want to switch to something else. Yeah, but again, I'm going to stick with part 2 until it comes time to run at GDQ, and then I'm going to switch. And when that time comes, that'll be about 2.5 months we spent with part 2, which I don't know if it's felt like that. The whole process of everything was just kind of quick with part 2. We switched games. I relearned. I got a better Ellie percent time. Switched to Abby. I got a better Abby percent time. Switched to full game. It took me just a couple days. Except for the end of Abby Day 3, I got a really good Abby percent time. And now I'm relearning, did a tutorial and relearning permadeath. That's a lot accomplished in like a 2.5 month period, I think. These records don't just happen. It takes a lot of work. So I think to get all that in, and I don't think I'll get a permadeath record, but that's what I want to do when the TV, I said, when the TV show is out and it becomes popular, I want to do grounded permadeath. So I don't want to burn myself out on part 2 before that happens. You know, it just happened to coincide with, I switched to part 2 a little while ago. I don't want to overstate my welcome with it so it becomes the most like repulsive thing imaginable by the time the TV show comes out, as well as the PC port. But yeah, I guess you're right, Juicy. For 2.5 months, I guess that was a lot. I guess it was. Ellie, Abby, full game, tutorial, Ellie, perma. I guess it's a lot. I don't know. I don't usually give myself that much credit. The no return runs have been sucking, though. Today was horrible. I had very little enjoyment for the daily runs today. Like, I know, I like no return as a concept. It is significantly better than nothing. But I think something that has hurt the Naughty Dog community overall was the cancellation of the multiplayer. There's a part of me that, even though I don't talk about it, ever, really, we still feel like a phantom pain of it, you know? How amazing would it have actually been had it seen the light of day? How much content were we robbed of? Like, No Return has basically been the multiplayer replacement, and it was fun for a while, and it still is. It's just not a multiplayer. We're not playing with or against actual people. I really like rogue modes. I hope that becomes a trend for every single player release. I really do. But what a blow that was, you know? I think we are all viewers, players, and content creators alike all feeling that absence. You know? I would have been able to play with people again that I played factions with. I would have, God, it would have bonded us all. It would have been so good. It goes beyond. It goes beyond just whatever it would have been. But it would have been the community bonding again that we all really needed. You know, playing with viewers, playing with people I used to play factions with, other content creators playing it. Maybe I end up collaborating with someone else. You know? That's like what's missing right now. You know? Yeah. Yeah, it would have been a live service game. If that's what we would have gotten, I'm glad they canceled it. But I would have paid $70 for a standalone multiplayer. Like factions. Seeing as how that literally would have given us God knows how many years of content. Especially if they aren't making another Last of Us game. Which I always kind of am going to hold on to hope that they will. Oh, yeah. I remember that. Factions community reached out to me. They always do these like little challenges for money. One of those was a speedrunning challenge, and they reached out to me to see if I would, I guess, host it a little bit. I remember that. That was almost 5 years ago. A little under 5 years ago. I remember that. Yeah. It was a speedrun done on normal mode of original Last of Us to people who weren't speedrunners. So it was cool. Oh well, I figured I'd just mention that last part about how I feel like Last of Us community is really missing a multiplayer right now. Naughty Dog community. I'm not even going to say Last of Us community, just Naughty Dog. Fans of Naughty Dog are really missing a multiplayer from the studio. Shame. All right. Well, that was fun. We chat for like 2 hours. You ever tried to contact some of the performers from the game? I haven't reached out. You know what's funny? Of all the people who could like encourage me to reach out to maybe try and be in a TV show or something, my dentist, who I see twice a year. My dentist doesn't quite know what I do. He just knows I'm one of the best in the world at it. And he always says, like, I don't know anyone that's the best, that can claim they're the best in the world at something, regardless of what it is. So he likes me for that reason. It's just always hard to explain to them what I do. Because, you know, when they're cleaning your teeth, they like to chit-chat, you know? So the most recent one, I had a cleaning less than a month ago. And, you know, it was a different person that cleaned my teeth. And and they start up the conversation with, "Are you off work? What do you do?" And then I have the hardest time explaining to them what I do. uh, I have the hardest time explaining to them what I do. But like the doctor there, the one of like the two big guys at the dentist's office, he likes it. He gets it. He is basically like forcing me to reach out to either Craig or Neil to just get a spot on season 3. He's almost forcing me to do it. So he's in my corner more than anyone else. Yeah, I think I did see that. Yeah. Well, audition. I'm not an actor. Yeah. Yeah, we could chit chat forever. But this was fun. We were talking a lot about like stuff I could do, like switching to Twitch exclusively, or building up my Patreon a little more. I want like what we did today to be like one of the Patreon perks. Wasn't today kind of fun? We did a little no return, and then we just chit chat. Not really about anything specific. We just went from one topic to the other, and then boom, 2 hours passed. I kind of like that. I don't even have to be playing anything. We just chit chat, Q&A, any topic in particular. We just go. Yeah, I had fun. When I eventually make the announcement that I like going to be spending less time on YouTube and more time on Twitch, and want to build my Patreon a little more, I'll mention that as one of the perks. Yeah, all right. I will see you guys tomorrow with an Ellie Perma attempt. And then I'll take a little Christmas break, and then we'll be back. At that point, I'm going to have to put some time into Left Behind. And then after Left Behind, I want to switch games, everything we talked about. Take care. I'll see most of you tomorrow. And yeah, thank you guys for 4 follows, 7 subs, 596 bits, and I got a $20 super chat from Jackson. Thank you very, very much for that. All right, I'll see you guys. Bye.